Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine miniseries. I'm trying a new camera today, so let's see how this works out. So I kind of ran into this while I was going through my Uncanny X-Men series, and nobody really talks about this miniseries a whole lot. And I figured I would kind of go ahead and do this series. I don't know whether I'll actually like this or not. And I just finished reading it, and what I will say is it's decent. Not a whole lot of action going on, but it's kind of an interesting setup plot. Definitely a really cool series if you like Kitty Pryde. I'm not a huge fan of Kitty Pryde, but for some reason Mr. Claremont likes her a lot. Art's pretty good. This is kind of little interesting start to it. I don't know why. It looks like she's smoking, but she's not. She's just freaking freezing because she's in Chicago. Chicago's freaking cold. So effectively, we kind of get we run into Kitty Pryde after Colossus breaks up with her after Secret Wars. Which, by the way, that's probably the one thing I didn't like about Secret Wars. I thought Secret Wars was a really cool miniseries, but I always thought that the Colossus subplot with him falling in love with the healer was really, really weird. But anyhow, the result of that is Kitty Pryde and Colossus are no more as a couple. She goes back to Chicago to go visit her dad, and then kind of runs into her dad having not so great of a business meeting with some associates. So really interesting. There's I don't know why this guy's name is Shumai. That's a Chinese dumpling, but okay. It's an interesting plot build-up, and there's a lot of Japanese culture references. I kind of wonder if Chris Claremont read a lot of manga or whatever was manga at the time there, or if he just traveled to Japan a lot. He was kind of known for traveling a lot. Because he does, especially around the 80s, he does have a bit of an obsession with Japan, and he really does bring it into the 80s X-Men a lot. Not so much in his later stuff. Anyhow, so she gets extremely suspicious of what's going on here and decides to tail her dad to Japan. Kind of an interesting little subplot where she breaks into a JAL aircraft. Anyhow, she makes it to Japan and gets in all kinds of trouble while she's out there. Ends up getting caught while she was breaking into the building that her father was in, and for whatever reason decides to steal a bank. I'm thinking she was now I remember, she was looking for money to go get some food, and then decided to use her phasing powers to break into an ATM. Except she gets caught, and then ends up in a sewer. Yeah, a lot of the X-Men always end up in sewers in some of these issues. And then this is probably my favorite part. She's kind of basically screwed up this entire adventure, kind of trying to figure out what she needs to do. Decides to make a collect call to the X-Men mansion. The one who picks it up is Wolverine. It's pretty much like the GTA meme, like, oh shit, here we go again. And we get basically the big story right here, which is a build-up that her dad and the Japanese businessmen, which are basically Yakuza, are getting into some really, really not so great business arrangements. So not exactly an exciting story, and that's probably my complaint about this. This is a little bit boring. The writing is good and the art is very good. I just feel this is kind of an interesting anomaly for the 80s. This isn't a really well, I mean, things definitely happen. It's just not a lot of action, which is kind of strange for a comic book of this time. So I'll go check out the second issue, see if it gets better. It is a 6-issue series. But so far, nothing interesting. Probably because Wolverine isn't in it yet, and once he gets in it, then it'll probably get interesting. But yeah, not bad. Gonna give this a try, and also gonna see how this camera setup does. But yeah, no, if you heard about this issue, or you like this issue, or you don't like this miniseries, let me know. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content, and hit the bell for notifications. And if you got any comments as well, leave them down below. And I will see you next time.